Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about annual reports. Annual reports are one of the most important internal documents presented to the outside world, to the investors, media, and the media investors and the future investors of the company. That is why company try to present its annual report as good as they would like to look it. That is why from the investor point of view, we have to understand and take out the information from the annual report which matters to us, and we should not be dodged by the information which are not relevant or not true for the companies. That is why whenever we are trying to invest in any of the company, before investing in any of the company, do understand the annual report. Annual report tells us about the past performance, mission and the futuristic goals of the company, its products, services and the client base, subsidiaries and the also the financial report, financial health of the company. That is why when we understand and try to learn about the annual report, it's important that we understand the annual report and do or make our decision based on the findings in the annual reports and in combination with the other parameters also. So let us understand how to read annual reports. We'll try to understand the annual reports with the help of by reading the annual reports of the few of the companies that we believe is going to be good. Let us understand the annual report of the companies. So let us understand and try to look at this. So friends, we will see about the annual report and how does the annual report play a very important role from the outside point of view. And its annual report is a very important internal document, but it's internal and plus it is very important for the externals also, like investors, stakeholders and the stakeholders, media, everybody is watching the annual report. The annual report, as we have seen, that is presented in different formats. So we will say look at the companies, also industry to industry wise also it's different, because different information from the industry to industry keeps on differing, from services to manufacturing of the goods. The annual report may differ because the data involved in these two different industries are different, and also the requirements are also different from the business point of view. Here is one of the report which we have given to shown. That's a Wipro's annual report. So we'll see how it's also Wipro annual report is also one of the very important documents for the companies to market itself also. So companies also do present some of the marketing information also about trying to market itself and to the outside world. But established companies, they rarely put very concrete information. The new companies which are listed, they try to definitely give up the more information about the different. They try to market more and present less information. But the company established like TCS, Tata's, Wipro's, Mahindras, and all established companies, and they definitely give us the quite concise and quite good information. Here is the index of the annual report. You can see over here. As you can see that the first the overview of the report about Wipro, key performance highlights, sustainability highlights, and the most very important document page in index out of this index is the chairman's letter to the stakeholders. What the chairman is trying to tell to the outside world means his letter is very important to the investor, because that's a summary of the entire performance and the goals what the company is planning to do in the future. So the chairman's letter plays very important role in judging the company's overall performance, its missions, and its how the company wants to present itself to be looked after by the external agencies. That's also there are also some companies like also CEO's letter is also there. You can see the board of directors. Here the company also tried to present its entire industry view and what has the company's business strategy has been in that turbulent time, because they try to show that what kind of strategy they are adopting and what kind of products and services they are offering to the clientele, so that the client put a lot of confidence in them. That is why the companies try to exhibit those information to the outside world, that and how are they different from the competitors also. That's very important. Again, the important part is the financial information which the company puts in the annual report. The entire the balance sheet is completely presented, and in addition to the balance sheet, then all kind of notes, disclosures are presented in here. Also, the shareholding patterns are displayed in the annual report. What kind of subsidiaries they are having, and which of the countries they are, which geographical area they are capturing. So all kind of reports are presented over here. You can see here the let us see about the chairman's. You can see what the company are trying to define itself. What does it mean to be new, and how the company is transforming itself. Or company, the Wipro is trying to present a new brand. Here is at the beginning only they have given their key performance highlight. You can see the revenue from 2012-13 to 2016-17. The revenue you can see has almost grown very significantly. It's almost more than you can say about the revenue has significantly grown by almost more than 40% more than 40% revenue has been grown in last almost 5 years, and consistently they have grown year on year at least by you can say almost you can say almost by 10 to 15% every year they have grown. There is a consistency maintained in the growth, revenue growth. You can see here, none of the year has shown the decline in the revenue. All the years since 2012 to 2017, the revenue has grown consistently. That's what investors are looking for, that whether the company is maintaining the consistency or not. So the revenue growth consistency plays very important role to the present very good picture to the outside world. Also, in addition to that, if you also see the profit, you can see the net profit also. You can see here the net profit has also grown significantly every year. The net profit has also grown significantly by almost you can see almost more than 20% is grown on this year, and sometimes even the 10%. But it has grown, but it has grown over the years. You can see, but there's also a kind of decline also in the recent year. You can see over here. The company try to show the earning per share that has been over the past 5 years performance, the share capital, net worth, the debt, total debt of the company, net cash, property, plant, the fixed asset with the company having goodwill. So all kind of like fix the assets and liability in a shorter way, in a brief way. Key performance highlights has been given over here that we can see later on in the balance sheet. We can when we analyze that. Here the company present quite a good picture, like company's performance. That's what the annual report speaks about. They have given the this summary summary of the entire performance which they have done. Intellectual capital. They have spent almost about $24 million in the startups, investment in new startups. That's patents which they have filed is almost about 1,600 patent filed, up from patent they have filed is 603 and applied till is 1,662. R&D expenses is quite good. You can see over here in rupees is 3,338 million rupees, but the company spending not in the R&D part. That's very important for any company to go to which is the futuristic goal is very important for the company to spend on the R&D part. That is very much visible over here. That you can see here, the company spending other part also. The company's human capital. You can see here the company's human capital. It constitutes that 33% of the women. That's quite a good significant amount. Total is this much. The total workforce is this much. Number of nationality, that's again important. That's 100+ nationality that has been that Wipro is carrying. Means like company has a presence in more than 100 countries, directly or indirectly. So that's how the company performance we can see here is very important. Social responsibility performance, national capital. That's what the company is trying to do, present its overall picture. That's very important for the investor. Any good company will definitely try to present a good picture, good performance if it has. Otherwise, the company is not having the good performance or achievements, will try to put the junk information, the information which are not relevant to the investors. That kind of information is also presented in many of the many of the annual reports. Here is the chairman's letter to the stakeholders. You can see here that you can see the revenue growth. The revenue growth has been almost about, you can see 7.4%. The revenue has grown by almost 7.4%. You can see here the revenue growth. So you can see over here the revenue growth has been quite significant, almost about, you can see as we just discussed about that over the last 5 years the company has grown its revenue almost by 40%, and year-on-year growth has been almost about, you can see this year growth has been almost about 7.4%. that again very much visible. So that's what it's all about, the company's performance. So now company also try to picture, summarizes the overall international outlook on the economy. You can see that it tries to present that what the economy and what they are planning to do and how are they going to do in that situation. That's very important as in terms of turbulence time, when in the terms of the global recession, what the company will do. That's very important for the that reflects the company's strength in the sense. So almost about, you can see here the company's stake. That's very important for us to read. Also the CEO letter is also very important. Not many companies have, but some companies do have. They present the also important part. You can see that the business you can see the business landscape has seen rapid change in recent years. Winning in today's world requires a business new models, agile ways of working, and fresh strategy, design, technology, vision. That's what the CEO is telling. Our strategy is based on two themes: help our clients drive the future of their businesses and modernize the core of our clients' businesses. That has been that's what they are trying to help the clients in the futuristic way, and trying to judge the clients in achieving their goals and objectives. Indirectly they are achieving their own objectives and goals. You can see also here the merger and acquisition partner ecosystem. In last 15 months we have invested more than 1 billion in acquisitions. That's for the company is important, that company is acquiring a lot of the companies. That's a very again important factor that is seen, that where the companies, as you see the cash flow, where the company is investing, that is a very important part. That is how the company is investing. That's a good sign of the company, the acquisition part. Depend upon that. Also need to see that where the company, what kind of acquisition company has made. Now you can see here again the venture with the Wipro has Wipro venture made 4 investments. We held 9 such investments with a cumulative spend of 24 million in startups working technologies that are reshaping future enterprises. That's how in which areas they are investing. That also see security, customer care automation, business process automation, big data life cycle. So these are the upcoming areas of the businesses which they are investing. So you can see here the chairman's report also says that what kind of acquisition they are making and what kind of investment where they are making. So chairman's report is again important part that gives quite a good look of the entire company. This is the board of directors. That's again important, that we have to see that how the board of directors are important. That we can see here. That is very important part, because any company, Wipro is definitely a good company, but any company which you see that board of directors plays very important role, because in the board, because we must know who are the people, those who are managing our enterprises. So it plays a very important role that we as an investor we must know that the people, those who are managing the enterprise. So it's important from the investor point of view. So you can see that also you can do further details about the directors, what the qualification, the experiences in the segments. Again, that's the important part of the entire thing. You can very well look at over here. That's how the little bit about the company's directors are information also given. You can read it about management discussion. The industry overview is important. Again, the business overview, that what the company has been doing in IT services. Also you can see here they also tells about the company's you can see the company's product and services, again business model what the company is following. So you can keep on going through this details of the entire IT industry verticals and which verticals they are serving. That's very important again. See, for this is an IT company, so it's very important that which all kind of sectors they are serving. So this gives the entire six, you can see here, 6 areas of the business they are following: banking and financial services, healthcare, consumer units, energy, manufacturing, technology, communication. So Wipro is providing its services in these areas. Also, we have to look at their products, what kind of products they are offering to these clients. So we can look at over here the products which they offer by the Wipro, that can be seen, that we have to see, and the annual report. So the annual report is important, that it gives the entire performance. Now you can see here the bifurcation of the all 6 segments which you have seen, that how much revenue they are bringing in total. So BFSI, you can see here, has almost contributed in dollars, is the highest one contributor. Now you can see again you can see that again the next part which is there, consumer business unit is the next biggest contributor. CBU, so the consumer business unit is contributing, that's about 1200, and you can see here the communication is contributing about $567 million. Then again the different segments, how they are contributing. Manufacturing and technology is contributing almost about $1,733 million contributing, and you can see here almost about the consumer business unit contributing this much. Energy vertical contributing almost about 1,000 million. Then you can see healthcare services almost about 200. This gives the bifurcation of the entire contribution from each of the business verticals they are having. So that's very important factor, that you can also the margins coming in the years in the 2015-16 and vis-a-vis in the year 16-17. Over here, this you can very well see, and which segment is growing, which segment is not growing, has not grown over the past. So you can see over here performance. That's important. See over here, you can see here the bifurcation of the revenue, and again now if you can go like again the cash flow is there. You can very well understand the allocation of the. You can see from here cash flow a little bit of the 2 years of preceding years where they are, how it is there. Again, if you can see the companies, a lot of other information are also available that you can again go through and analyze the company's key performance in programs. That's how we can see. Another important also that is in the company that you can see is what the companies, you can see the companies how the company is related and how the companies, you can see here, this is the list of the subsidiary of the Wipro that is in different countries. You can see, as I said, you also give the information about the subsidiaries in the annexures. You can find it. This is how the entire summary of the reports is there. So as I said, that annual report plays very important role. That's all of the annexure information on the part. That is how you can see. Also the gives the information on the client information is also there, which is important. We can understand. This is a balance sheet. Again, the entire balance sheet is presented over here for the last 3 consecutive years. You can see on how it has performed over the assets, liabilities. You can very well judge from here, this point of view. Again, the profit and loss statement year on year, the companies, again equity. the cash flow statement. You can look here that again the balance sheet, profit and loss, and cash flow statements are again these are also the notes to the financial statements is again important. That gives the in detail of the what the company has shown. That is very important from very good investors. Like good investors do read these kind of notes, which are important. Now these notes, entire notes must be read if you want to do thorough analysis of the company. That's really important, that you have to read about the company's information. So that's the financial data is available. Now if you see here, again if you see, like I say, this is how about the Wipro has been doing, and that's how. Let us look at the few of the other reports also. Like for example, let's say the competitors like Infosys. If you look at this is the if you can analyze and see here the annual report of the Infosys, you can see here the Infosys is in the same segment, but how the Infosys report, annual report, looks a bit different from the Wipro. You can see here the Infosys first, as you can see, this first try to market itself and says that about, tries to present its own different parts, what their achievements are all about, what they are doing, where they are investing, and what they have achieved. And then if you can see here the content, what it represents, the letter to the stakeholders is nothing but like a chairman's letter to the investors, board of directors. Again you can see Mr. Vishal Sikha is the chief executive officer of the Infosys, and he is like presenting its view. Then you can see the board of directors entirely. That is again important part, that who are the people that we can know. So again the companies try to present its the revenue growth. The company tries to present in rupees, in terms of dollar, how it has grown over the past few years, the company's performance, the market capitalization, entire summary of the dividend pay, the book value of the all financial in a small way. They have presented market capitalization, how it has grown over the past 5 years. You can see here number of clients. You can see that's again very important point, that they have grown from 798 clients to almost about 1100, and more than 1100 clients they have as of now. So the client growth rate is almost, that you can see, is very good. Growth rate is there, almost about more than 40%, like 35 to 40% growth rate is there in terms of client. That's a good number, means they are doing quite well in terms of client acquisition. That's a key for any performance. Against the glance of the revenue, financial information. That's now again it's very important point that you can see in the IT, that they have given, Infosys has given the clients detail that based on the client's potential to give the revenue. Like for example, if you see the number of clients giving more than $1 million revenue has grown from 558 to 598. The $5 million client, $10 million client, $25 million client, and the maximum is $300 million client. So you can see here over here that how the clients, the reports are over here. You can see that how it has grown, and bifurcation based on the revenue, potential revenue each client can give. They have quite grown from the previous year. You can see on the big segment it remains quite constant from 1 to 1, 6 to 6, in the segment of more than 200 million to 300 million. But here to be seen in a 100 million segment, they have acquired almost about 5 new clients. That's a good thing, means addition of $500 million revenue coming from over here. So that's how it's an important picture of the summary shot of what their client base is presenting. That's how again the subsidiary information, engagement. That's how it presents what again this is a subsidiary of the Infosys, which is presented over here, that you can see all the information. So you have to see that what are the products in the, again if you see, look at the another report of the TCS, you can see here. If TCS is the report, you see how the TCS is presenting its report in what format. TCS is definitely a good company. It's not trying to directly, they have given the board of directors, management team, letter from the chairman, CEO. That's the content what they are trying to pitch to the client. This is how you can see here. So almost the in a segment the more or less the 80% the format remains same, but 20% companies try to change it and present it in a different way. And it's again, so that's very important that when we are reading any kind of annual report, it's important that we understand the company's chairman's letter, company's balance financial strength, company's product, company's client base, company's futuristic goal. That's important. That's how it can again see key performance indicators of the performance highlights of the TCS in the past few years have been shown over here, that how they have grown.